Still, I can't believe those reports. Our inventories have been cut to the bone, and still our carrying costs are going out of sight. Have you got that new distribution plan with you?
It's not finished yet. We still have to plug in this foreign trade zone idea.
I still don't understand what you mean by a foreign trade zone. Are you sure this thing is legal? Not paying any duty until we take it out sounds like it's too good to be true.
We'll find out. That's why we're here, to get the facts.
Welcome to the Port of Sacramento. I'm John Solpezio, Assistant Port Director.
I'm Alan Thompson. This is Phil Birch.
I'm glad to see you made yourself at home. We got a cup of coffee. How was your flight in?
Not bad at all.
Came right in over Lake Tahoe, got a great view.
And no stacking at the airport.
Hey, you've come a long way, and we're pleased to have you here.
Alan, tell me about your business. Well, our company imports a line of sports clothing. It was profitable until about 2 years ago when almost overnight our retailers began complaining that our line was overpriced in comparison to our competitors.
We did a lot of checking, and we found out they were saving big money by using a foreign trade zone and then passing along the savings to their retailers. Those stores cut their costs to the customers, and frankly, we're having a hard time maintaining our market share.
And then we heard about the Sacramento foreign trade zone, and here we are.
Let's talk bottom line, huh? Just what is an FTZ, and how can it save us money?
I'm Bob Watson, Marketing Manager of the Port. Foreign trade zones can save you money and help you capture new markets, but only if you know what they are and how you can use them. This program will take the mystery away and give you a step-by-step tour.
At a seminar in Sacramento, Port Director Dennis Clark introduced Paul Andrews, San Francisco District Director of Customs, who defined the foreign trade zone.
The definition of a zone, as Dennis pointed out, is an isolated, enclosed, and generally policed area connecting to a customs port of entry, but one that is legally outside of U.S. Customs territory, even though it is under U.S. Customs supervision. Typically, a foreign trade zone is a fenced-in area that has a general warehouse or building or a set of buildings that has easy access to transportation. They have space available to leasing to firms for authorized zone activities, and some zones are industrial park complexes that actually have lots where users build their own facilities. Any foreign and domestic merchandise, except that which is prohibited by law or considered to be detrimental to the public interest, health, or safety, may be stored, exhibited, or manufactured in a zone without being subject to custom laws that govern the entry or the payment of duty. This is the key concept from the customs view. This merchandise is not considered to be in the customs territory, and it is subject, therefore, only to very minimal customs procedural requirements. This is an artificial concept that the zone is, in effect, foreign territory. But it is the basis for most of the advantages of operating in a foreign trade zone.
Every application will be different, but progressive companies look to manage all aspects of the taxes they pay, including customs duties. Chris Kofkin of the San Jose Foreign Trade Zone outlined ways to get the benefits of a zone.
No foreign trade zone in the country looks alike. There's one in Kansas City that's underground in limestone caves. There's some that are on ports. There's some that are not in ports. There's one in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which I guess is an international airport. But none of them look alike. There's two consistent things that all foreign trade zones have, in my experience. One, they have the ability to move and distribute freight for users who do not want to locate on site. Consequently, these users can obtain zone benefits by utilizing the services of a public warehouse like ours, it's that either is operating or as operator of a foreign trade zone or is contracting with the operator of a foreign trade zone to provide that service. The second option is you can lease exclusive space within the foreign trade zone that's exclusively yours, that your people can move on site, receive, ship, distribute, manipulate, manufacture, assemble your equipment, and attain zone benefits.
Kolfkin says there are three basic benefits to using an FTZ. They are duty deferral, re-exporting, manipulation and manufacturing. Here's an example of duty deferral at San Jose, zone number 18.
This box here is electronics components that were imported from West Germany. Electronic companies are a major user of foreign trade zones throughout the country. The main reason for this is the high value that's assessed to most of their material. Although the duty rate on this component is only about 3% of the value of this particular box is higher than $3.5 million. So the company, by utilizing a foreign trade zone, is allowed to store this material in a secure, customs-controlled area and defer the payment of that duty until they need the product in the field in the commerce of the United States. And this allows them much more positive cash flow.
Linda Ross, Administrative Manager of Cal Cartage Company at Zone 50 at Long Beach, gave two more examples of duty deferral.
Liquor, of course, is a big commodity for the foreign trade zones due to the deferral of the excise tax and the duty. But you also have the capability of coming in and applying strip stamps, relabeling if the labeling is wrong, putting on original labeling if there isn't any at that point. We had 11.5 million pounds of steel pipe that was coming in from France for the pipeline. As it was on the water, an embargo hit. Now, when the ship arrived, they had two choices. They could send it back, or they could bring it into the foreign trade zone, which they chose to do. It sat there for about 6 months. When the embargo lifted, the pipe was right there and ready to go to the project.
Re-exporting is the second benefit listed by Chris Kolfkin.
Here we have a product of Swiss beauty pads that are imported from Switzerland. A product here, a customer here in California imports these pads in bulk cartons like this, and we have a team of people that assemble them into display boxes. The display boxes are made of cardboard that's made here within the U.S., and we assemble them up into these display trays in which the pads are placed 2 deep or 76 per box, after which the display boxes are put into monster cartons for shipment to the buyers.
Another form of re-exporting is destruction.
Chris talked to you about destruction for duty drawback purposes. We've done quite a bit of that in our zone. We destroyed 8,000 pairs of Puma athletic shoes, and those were basically because they did not meet the standards of Puma. They did not want them out on the market, and the only feasible thing for them to do was to destroy them.
That's really interesting, but I still don't understand how we can use these ideas. How about some specifics?
Let's go through the distribution system of a large athletics goods and equipment importer. The company is hypothetical.